Jay Sri Radheshyam and welcome again to Sarva Shakti. You will be today with me while I am working in the PDF edition of the biography Sri Lalita Sakhi Sakhi Ma, the disciple of Sri Radharaman Sharan Das Dev, who is one of the most misunderstood saints of all times. He, by order of Sri Jagannath Swami in Puridam, directly was pointed as a gopi who must to use a sari. Yes, a sari that Sri Jagannath Swami, I am talking about the deity inside the Jagannath Mandir, Jagannath Swami, give the mission to his most important chief pujari to give this sari to Jai Gopal. Then Jai Gopal must to wear this sari by order of the Lord. Actually, there in Brindavan, in Navadvip, in many places I have seen many men who are wearing and dressing like a gopi. Many of them, I cannot speak about everyone because I don't know all of them. What I have seen is that many of them has a zero renunciation on material desire and attachments. It's just the costume they wearing a female dress. In Western countries, we see the same, but they are no Vaishnav, just they are men who want to dress as a woman for some reason. This has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Lalita Sakhi. It's not the case at all. In order to clarify all this, to help to the mainly Western devotees to doing such a big offenses, we will start studying her biography, and I will publish as soon as this series of videos will be ready. I will publish the PDF so everybody can download and to study this big and huge character on Gaudiya Vaishnavism. You must know that Lalita Sakhi is a sannyas, so advanced sannyas that his bhav, her bhav, was not anymore something that you can keep under your skin. And this was, as I said earlier, the order of Sri Jagannath Swami. Let's enjoy this reading. Sarvabhauma Sri Rupa Goswami, when they are describing the Mahamantra of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, they are telling clearly that Sri Gauranga is counting. Sri Lalita Sakhi Dasi Sakhi Ma Puri Navadvip. Sri Gopal Krishna Lalita Sakhi Dasi was born in 1873 on the Guru Purnima day in the village of Harisen of district Barisala. His father name was Kalikanta Bhattacharya and his mother was Gaurasundari Devi. Sri Ramachandra Sarvagna, a famous astrologer, saw his horoscope and predicted that he will renounce the world and that he was born to set up an ideal of bhajan for the benefit of mankind. As he grew, his extraordinary intelligence and devotion to learning surprised everyone. His wonderful power of retaining in memory whatever he read or heard once enabled him to learn Sanskrit grammar and the Vedas, etc. Within a short time, therefore, people thought he would be a 𝐏𝐥𝐸𝐽 Pandit. Some who were impressed by his extraordinary aptitude for service and various kinds of philanthropic activities professed that he would be a great social worker, while some who saw him performing yogic exercise which enabled him to rise 1 foot above the ground while sitting cross-legged, give the opinion that he would be a great yogi. But the real trend of his life became known by certain happenings, which took place when he was still young. Once on the occasion of holy festival, Gopal and his kirtan party were going round the village singing and dancing. Let's remember that Jai Gopal is Lalita Sakhi, is his name as birth. On the way they met the kirtan party of Sri Kartika Chandra Sarvagna. On seeing Gopala, Kartika Chandra was inspired to sing. He sang a number of holy songs with great zest and emotions. As he sang, the two parties sprinkled the gulala on each other and shouted, Hari Bol! After Kartika Chandra had sung, he asked Gopala to sing. Gopala began to sing in his sweet voice. Aya holi kelava shyama tamarasane. Aya holi kelava shyama tomarasane. Ekala pejechi tomare ni sang. Gopala sprinkled gulala on them and danced, twisting his limbs in various ways to illustrate the bhav of the song. This continued for some time, then suddenly possessed, as it were, by a bhav current, he caught the old Kartika Chandra with both of his hands and began to sing. Sedina vajapali chile ayasasti paveni tura kala. Oh, hard-hearted, black-faced one! That day, thou ran away. A good lesson shall I teach today. Kirtana parties also were inspired and shouted, Hari Bol! Their shouts rent the sky. The body of Kartika Chandra Mahasai began to tremble with bhav, and tears streamed out of his eyes, while Gopala sang again and again. Sedina vadapaliya chile ayasasti paveni tura kala. In the state of bhav, Kartika Chandra threw his left hand round the waist of Gopal and began to dance, making different kinds of movements and gestures with the right hand. The Haribol sound of the kirtan parties and the huludvani of the ladies again rent the sky. Kartika Chandra Mahasai once said that in the course of kirtan that day he had seen Gopala dancing in the form of a gopi of the celestial brush. On another occasion, people were surprised to see Gopal transported into a state of deep trance of samadhi. It was the Rasotsava, Rasa celebration day. As usual, the people of the village had prepared a revolving mancha with 3 bamboos on which the Thakur was seated. A string was tied to the mancha with which the pujari was to make the mancha revolve. Since the pujari could not come, Gopala was asked to function in his place. As Gopala was revolving the mancha, he sang the rasa shlokas from the Bhagavatam. After some time, he suddenly fell unconscious on the ground. When he regained the consciousness, people asked what had happened to him. He said, as I was revolving the mancha, I saw that Radha Govinda were dancing in a beautifully decorated garden, and innumerable gopis were dancing around them in a high state of bliss. Suddenly, they disappeared, and I fell senseless. Once on the Ekadashi day, Gopala was fasting. At night, the Purohita was narrating Katha story regarding the Ekadashi fast. As soon as he said that Sri Bhagavan appeared from the womb of Devaki in the prison of Kamsa, Gopala fell unconscious. In that state, he began to roll on the ground and chant the Bhagavatam shlokas relating to the appearance of Bhagavan. Tasya to Jagannatha Kamshari Vasudevaya. The Purohit began to chant loudly, Barhapiryam Nathavara Vapuhu shloka and the other shlokas regarding the Leela of Sri Krishna. The Purohita chant the shlokas and Gopala repeated them while still unconscious. The people were surprised to see this. They said to each other, it seems that Gopala is seeing the Leela as he chants. He is blessed. When the state and experience of this kind become more frequent, Gopala became more secretive. If anyone asked him about it, he said they were due to certain problems of his mind. But if someone insisted beyond the limits, he said, Putul Bajira Putala Ami Jemanana Chaya Hridaye Swami Temni Nashite Mani Gai Amara Kishu Janatenai. I am a doll in the hands of the magician. I dance as he makes me dance. I sing as he makes me sing. The Lord who sits in my heart don't know how and why. Ever since Gopala's sacred thread ceremony was performed, he wore saffron clothes and wooden sandals, and lived an austere life. He was the very figure of austerity and continence. When his relatives suggested that he should marry, he said, "I have motherly regard for every woman. How can I marry?" This made his parents anxious about his future. "I have motherly regard for every woman. How can I marry?" This made his parents anxious about his future. One good astrologer came to the house of Kalakanta. Everyone showed their palms to him. Gopal, the mother of Gopal, held the hand of Gopal. As soon as the astrologer saw Gopal's hand, he began to look at his face again and again. Examining the hand more careful, he said, "I have seen many hands in my life, but never one like this. It has all the signs of a Mahapurusha. The boy will not stay at home. He will have a powerful guru. By his grace, he will rise on the spiritual horizon of this country as one of the brightest luminaries and will set up an ideal bhajana sadhana for the people to follow and be blessed. But there is a unique sign in his hand which indicates that he will pass all his life under a different guise." Gopala remarked, laughing, "Maharaj, why don't you say plainly that I shall be a chief of dacoits, and that for fear of being caught, I shall besmear ashes on my body and live like a sannyasi? Or further, fortify myself against detention, I should sit at home dressed and veiled like a woman." He said this in jest, but knowingly or unknowingly, he indicates his natural Sakhi-bhav, which was about to manifest itself soon in his life. He was at this time 17 or 18 years old. One day, he went out of home under the pretext of going for a bath in the Ganges and left a note at home in which has written, "I am going out for an indefinite period. No one should try to search me. When necessary, I shall myself send a message." After some time, Gopala went to Haridwar. There he remained in hiding in the ashram of Swami Hariharananda and practiced yoga under his guidance. After some time, he went to Puri, where he met Navadvip Das and Govind Das, the two disciples of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Deva. He found their company enjoyable and inspiring and remained with them. At that time, Sri Radharaman Babaji had arrived in Cuttack by the sea, wrote from Calcutta, and was about to come to Puri from Cuttack. The people of Puri had made elaborate arrangements for his reception at the station. Many were standing there to garland him with wreaths of flowers offered to Jagannath. Navadvip Das did not go to the station because of some love quarrel with him. Parenthesis. This was the time that Navadvip Das had problems with Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev due to, on that period of time, many sadhus, babajis, yogis were claiming themselves to be God, Bhagavan, right? But Sri Radharaman didn't like the title of Bhagavan for him, Bhagavan, Guru Bhagavan, or something like this for him. Even while the Leela of Radharaman Charan Das Dev, he is showing how he can bring from the dead bodies, when he can make the trees and animals dance and chant Harinam. So he was so close to the Mahaprabhu Leela, very similar Leelas happen, even though he never accepted that nobody will call him Bhagavan or will tell that he is an incarnation of Nitai, Gauranga, whatever like this. He always had the Trinapi Bhav to be very humble, and he never accepted this. And he instructed to his disciple to never say anything about this to anybody else, to never convince anyone of the power of Bhadevava out of his miracles and divine connection with the divine couple and Gaurnitai, direct connection. But he said to preach as Gauranga did, with love, Harinam, Shastra, etc. Then Navadvip Das, in his own preaching ways all over the place, he was telling to people that Sri Radharaman is Nityananda Prabhu itself. Due to so many things that when you study the biography of him, Charit Sudha or Life of Love, and if you can read the Charit Sudha in Hindi or Bengali much better, you will understand why. So Navadvip Das was telling to people that Sri Radharaman Das Deva was Nityananda himself. Think that Sri Radharaman didn't like it at all, and on that way, because due to this wrong preaching of his disciple, he say, "I don't want to see you near me because you are telling that I am Nitai, while Nitai is my Lord." This was the problem. So Radharaman Charan Das Dev reject Navadvip Das of darshan or to be next to him. That's why he is sending now to Gopal, to Jai Gopal, Lalita Sakhi to Jai Gopal is sending to Puridam station to meet Badevava. He sent Gopal with the prashadi garland of Tulasi of Jagannath. Gopal had not seen Babaji Mahasai before. Here Babaji Mahasai, Badevava is the same, Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev. Babaji Mahasai is the name that he received normally in Jagannath Puri, and Badevava was the name normally in Navadvip. So Gopal had not seen Babaji Mahasai before, therefore Navadvip Das told him that he should stand aside with garlands in his hand and to wait that Babaji Mahasai will call to Gopal, to Jai Gopal by his name. Parenthesis, Babaji Mahasai never saw Jai Gopal. Jai Gopal never saw Babaji Mahasai. But Navadvip Das is saying to him, just stand there a few meters from Babaji, from Badevava, and wait that he will call to you by your name. How is this possible? Navadvip Das was not in contact. They have no mobile phones to tell Radharaman this devotee is going to meet you. This was all at deeply and high level of Siddha. When Baba Mahasai got down from the train, the people began to garland him. Gopala kept watching from a distance. After some time, Babaji came forward and said, "Gopala, you also have come. Come, give me your garland." After he said this, he lifted Gopala in his lap. Gopala garlanded him and mentally surrendered himself at the lotus feet of Badevava forever. Baba also indicated by taking him in his lap that he had accepted him. He changed his name from Gopal to Jai Gopal, which meant that with his acceptance, a new life had begun for him. Jai Jai Gopala ki Jai, Jai Lalita Sakhi ki Jai, Jai Radharaman Charan Das Deva ki Jai, Jai Jai Sri Radharaman Charan Das Deva ki Jai. I hope you enjoyed this reading, this video, while I am editing the text that will be soon available for download and further studies. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoy and you want to hear more, then do the right thing. Subscribe, give like, and share on your social media. I am looking for support of all the sincere and beautiful Badevava devotees all around the globe. Please accept my humble obeisance. Panchakalpataruya chakripa sindhuya vacha patitanam pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo namo namaha. Jai Jai Sri Radhe.